Hello from me, Lazar Hristov. Welcome to the next series of tutorials on creating a website from scratch. Currently, we are working on my new book, a continuation of the one from 2024. However, I haven't uploaded it to this site yet, so we will look at it on my site for Lazarus IDE. There, I have created a separate section for my books on websites. And for my new book, which is Master Techniques in HTML5 and Adaptive and Responsive Design, or Creating a Website from Scratch, Part the Second. Now, in this book, we are working on, let's open the PDF file. We have reached the part where we will examine now that we are making headings adaptive, and the text as a whole. Now we are examining a very interesting section, which is a mixed version for greater precision with the clamp function and units. And I will also show a variant where they are combined with media queries. Now, many people say that with clamp, when it's used, there's no need for media queries, but that is not the case. By combining the two, you can achieve wonderful precision, down to the millimeter, as they say. So, the clamp function was introduced some time ago in HTML5 and gives us the ability to set a minimum, a preferred flexible value, and a maximum value. Here is what the syntax looks like. For this preferred value, it's recommended and common to use the new units, while here they can be pixels, or rem, for example. So, in our case, the syntax for font size will be the following. We set clamp, minimum, preferred value, and maximum. The browser calculates the value like this. It will change it smoothly according to the screen size using units, and it won't drop below the minimum value here, nor will it exceed the maximum value here. How to practically determine the values in the clamp function. Now, here you can listen carefully and take notes, because this is from my personal experience. I won't present the complex mathematical formulas in the function that it actually works by. I will give you an easy and simple practical method for working with it. Here are the steps. First, we determine how wide, how many should be contained in the preferred value. For example, on a 1200 pixel width screen as a base. We will work with standard screens for a laptop, for instance. Recall that 1 is equal to 1% of the viewport width. In this case, at 1200 pixels, 1 is equal to 12 pixels. We will use the value from the previous example, 5.8. And here is how this will look in our header. We will limit the maximum value to be just slightly more than 5.8, which in this case is equal to about 70 pixels at a 1200 viewport, and we will add 2 more pixels, making it 72 pixels. And we will determine the minimum value experimentally at the lower bound of the range, at 480 pixels, because anything less than that falls into the category of mobile devices, and we will set it to 40 pixels. So the actual formula in the function will be this. we test it in practice and see that it is good. I am intentionally giving it to you here in pixels first so you can visualize it better. And now I will show you how to convert it to rem by dividing by 16, and we get 2.5 rem to 4.375 rem. Do not round here. Write the exact digits to the end, when they end in 5. So. However, this method has one slight disadvantage. At the lower or upper bounds of the range, it simply uses the minimum or maximum value, and in fact, the function becomes a fixed value in those ranges. Therefore, if we want ideal precision in all ranges, we use an additional method that I personally haven't seen elsewhere, and I have devised and created for myself. It might exist, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying how the situation is for me. This is the combination of the clamp function with media queries. With this method, very high precision is achieved. For this purpose, we determine several control points. In this case, the minimum and maximum values will be equal to the respective control points. For example, for the range from 480 to 576 pixels, we will have the following. You can change the 5.8 depending on how you want the heading to look in this range. It is common to increase it slightly, but all this must, of course, be used only after testing it practically. In my book, I'll just mention, I have examined in great detail how this works with the clamp function and media queries, broken down with exact values during the conversion of our educational website into an adaptive one. So, anyone who wishes can purchase it and see in detail how this is done. That's all for this lesson. Best regards.